If you're thinking about leaving your company or you've ever wondered why some of your top performers disappeared, you're watching the right video to understand why and what to do about it. I'm Michal and today we're diving super deep into this topic, exploring science-based research insights backed by over a decade of industry experience to bring the most value to you. Let's jump in. So, why do people decide to leave and move to a different company? I figured out 5 main reasons, and the first one is that engineers aren't challenged enough. Research shows over and over again that job satisfaction and engagement are higher when employees experience task variety, so having different types of tasks, task significance, meaning tasks that feel important, and task complexity. According to the job characteristic theory by Hackman Oldham, tasks variety, significance, and complexity are key components of a motivating job environment, which directly impacts retention. Engineers need problems that stretch their abilities, otherwise they will get bored. Challenging tasks pushes us to think differently, solve new problems, learn on the job, and feel a sense of accomplishment. Repetitive tasks don't offer that thrill or growth. Imagine being a good senior engineer, but all you do is write documentation for a legacy project you now maintain. You're trusted to maintain this super core service because you're good, but reality is, it's super boring. Now, imagine the difference if your manager said, "Hey, I know you're maintaining this old core service and you're doing a great job, but would you be up for creating a domain split of this service? We want to understand how we can break it down into microservices and allocate them to our cross-functional product teams." Personally, I find stretching goals one of the most important aspects of job motivation. I love being challenged and learning on the job while solving complex objectives. Okay, but what about incentives? How do they play into engineers' decision to leave? The first one is obvious. If you are not paid fairly, you will probably leave the company, regardless of other factors. No one wants to be the one getting paid peanuts while carrying the team on their back. I know personal priorities change and sometimes different factors are more important than salary, but I'm not talking about getting the industry top salary, I'm talking about being significantly underpaid. Studies consistently show that pay dissatisfaction is a significant predictor of turnover, particularly for high performers aware of their market value. But fairness isn't just about pay, it's also about recognition and status. There are multiple reasons why title and level discrepancies might happen. Companies often make the mistake of having too broad levels, and how this can affect retention is backed by multiple studies. Social comparison theory by Festinger from 1954 suggests that it's challenging for high performers to see how they can differentiate themselves from peers when everyone is at the same level, regardless of their contributions. Imagine being on an NBA team and realizing that despite leading in points, rebounds, and assists, doing triple-double every night, you're still on the bench with everyone else. In the workplace, that can feel just as unfair. By the way, if you find this useful, please hit that like button, it will keep me in this job a little longer. Related to this is the lack of clear progression framework or growth opportunities. A study by the Corporate Executive Board revealed that lack of career advancement is one of the main reasons high potential employees leave. When career growth frameworks lack clear, realistic, and well-defined requirements, high performers may feel lost. If you've ever looked at the job description and thought, "Does this even apply to my role?" you know what I mean. Lack of structure, transparency, and updated processes leads to frustration, prompting high performers to seek clarity elsewhere. One piece of advice from me is that it's essential to have well-defined career ladders and clear expectations for progression. Regularly updating these frameworks to reflect the actual work done at each level can prevent top performers from feeling stuck. For example, you could hold quarterly review sessions to ensure growth paths are relevant and transparent, so no one is left wondering how they can advance. Also, if you like the challenge, please try to identify one area where you could improve retention on your team. And let me know in the comments, I would love to learn, and probably others as well. Okay, so this one is really hard to fix. Limited growth opportunities in small teams. High performers often seek roles with increasing responsibility, but even the best manager can't change things if you're in a 15-person team with no room to grow. If the only managerial position is yours and the team scope is too small to justify roles like staff or principal engineers, there is a limit. It's like trying to grow a big tree in super tiny pot. Eventually, there's just not enough space. It's tough for high performers to, as they will realize their growth is capped by the organization size. One way to support growth in small teams is by offering cross-functional projects or rotating responsibilities. So even if promotion isn't possible, learning and development continue. I remember when I didn't have flexibility to promote someone, I delegated the one-on-ones with graduates to them so they can get a feeling of what does it mean to be a manager. The last one, which is especially important to me, is culture. If I could focus on just one thing, it would be culture. Research from Society for Human Resource Management indicates that work-life balance and cultural alignment are top factors for employee retention. And it makes sense. Imagine you have a great team, supportive colleagues, excellent work-life balance and meaningful work that aligns with your values. But you are paid a mediocre salary and everyone has the same title. Many people, if they had to compromise, would accept this scenario, especially if they have commitments outside of work, like picking up their kids from kindergarten or spending time binge-watching Netflix. Culture includes the type of manager you have, like a company that claims to value independence yet micromanages everyone. To be honest, if I were micromanaged, it would be the first reason I would leave a company, as I already said in a video about micromanagement. You can go check that out, it will be linked in the description. The other example is if a company's values are about innovation, but they don't let engineers explore new tools or approaches, it always leads to frustration. Misalignment between what a company says its values are and how it actually operates can make high performers feel disillusioned. I once worked at the company where values were just words on the wall, so you can take a moment to reflect, does your team truly live by the values they promote? Or if you're a manager, ask yourself if your team's daily experience truly reflects those values, and if not, think what you can do to make it a reality. The bottom line is, if you want to be able to grow good people and keep high performers, you have to put in the effort. And the areas of this effort are 1. Stretching goals, fairness, clear progression framework, size of the company, and culture. The truth is, top talent is hard to keep, but easy to lose. If you don't want to miss out on more strategies how to improve as a manager or a leader, hit subscribe button now. If you'd like to talk to me, all my contact details are available on my page. And here is the next video about whatever YouTube thinks you will like best. Thanks, and I will see you next time.